2020 is go!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Supercup here again. We are at Monza for round 11 of this amazing championship, and we are actually quite a bit late, so we are already on the way. First time's already coming through, but I'm here joined once again by Ewan Gale. Ewan, how you doing?
I'm good, Liam. How are you?
I'm doing really good. So we are already on the way for qualifying, so there's not much to talk about at the moment because we need to focus on the times. But when this ends, we will have so much to talk about: team changes, driver changes, and all the lot. So currently we have Pedro Gomez getting a big gap out, 25.5, which is 1.5 tenths slower than we've seen from anyone. He's personally done a tenth faster as well. So I'm sure we'll see times that will go quite a bit faster than that. Even Leonov was second, now is demoted to third as George White has crossed the line into second, and Frank Hemming in fourth. So I have a suspicion that we'll get a very close qualifying here, you, and I think the gaps are going to be, well, probably within the thousands, if not hundreds.
Yeah, absolutely. It was the same at Spa a few weeks ago. I expect, as like Spa, to have a bit of teammates just to get themselves the best possible run as they can. You know, it's pretty much all straight in at Monza. So, yeah, exciting. We haven't really seen a specific order. Okay, first, second, third might be the same with your box and your quintiles, but below that, there isn't really a standard order of where people finish in qualifying and the races. So it'll be interesting to see who will come out on top today.
Definitely. Well, we could understand what you said. You were having a bit of microphone issues, a bit of crackling. So just give you a heads up on that. But we didn't understand the point, and it's very true. It is always very close here, and we have the standard front runners. We have new drivers who have joined in lately. As we see Liam Bock coming around Pararolica, he is on a good lap, getting a purple sector 2. Can he get the P1 professionally? Ooh, by 8,000s he does. And that's a good time, but not quite as fast as he has been in practice. I'm not sure if he got slipstream. I actually quite missed that. As we see Pedro Gomez here, who is not on a lap, but he's about to start one. Slipstream is quite. I mean, it is not as strong as other tracks. Obviously, the low downforce really doesn't help in terms of the effect, but it is still quite strong because the track is just so close. You know, a tenth could move you up 10 positions. Not sure if it will be that extreme, but it can do it. So even though the draft effect is way weaker, it could also be quite strong, as 1/10 can shoot you up the order 10 places easily. Currently looking, Pedro Gomez crossing the line, going to start his lap. We haven't seen much slipstreaming from Multiforce, if I'm right, which has probably cost him a bit. But Pedro Gomez has really found form recently. He has been really strong in qualifying and also in the race, but qualifying has been more his strong point the last few events. So hopefully he can put that back in the race as well. Do some great job there. Maybe win a race because he's definitely got skill for it. The first sector is a purple one, and if I'm not blind, that was without a slipstream. So a very good job. As I'm sure there's quite a few teams. I expect Pascara to do slipstreaming. Quinte going into third just now, 25.6. And I've had some chats with an insider who's on this grid, and he expects the pole to be a 0.2. So we're 3/10 off of that. I think I haven't seen any slipstreaming yet. Maybe teams opting to not go for it. I've heard people saying that it's too stressful just for the 1/10 you gain. Pedro Gomez also a purple sector 2. He's got an amazing lap ahead of him. Taking a very tight line. Yeah, no going to the pits as I thought. There we go. Crosses the line and he goes to P1. 0.3 low. Very, very good lap. And that could be a pole-worthy lap time. That's a great job by Pedro Gomez. And, well, Leon Buck, Quinte, Bob Cookstra, and Steven Lexo have a task ahead of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's interesting, I think, is because it's a much shorter track than it was at Spa, I think you're going to be able to get a slipstream off other competitors and maybe not have to go through the hardship of trying to get the right gap between you and your teammate for a slipstream. So that should help everyone on the grid. Great lap from Gomez, has smashed it out of the park there.
Yes, he absolutely has. He's still got either one or two chances currently on his outlap, as we see Thomas Harvey here. Well, we did see him. Now he's gone. It's Craig Pedersen. But yeah, Thomas Harvey also recently found a lot of form. Always qualifying in the top 10 and quite high up in the top 10. He's had a bit of a rough start, but he's back at it again. But we have the four teams fighting for it at the for the World Championship basically, and there are some changes in there. You may see P10 Jason Muscat, reigning Supercup champion 2019. He is making a comeback for H2O Nemoco. He's replacing Renault Clont, who went to Cliffhanger. We'll see Craig Pedersen crossing, about to cross the line. He's double green, so it could be a very good improvement here. Could jump into the top 10. And yes, he just barely does. Good lap by Craig Pedersen. Has struggled a bit. He's an old Multiforce driver, but he's back where he belongs, into the top 10. As Bob Cookstra also improving a tiny bit, but not too much, as actually an improvement from... Well, actually, Frank Hemming just improved, and Bob just pulls into the pits. So, currently, Pedro Gomez first with Leon Buck on a very good lap. He's purple sector 2, and he extends that track just barely. I think that will be a track cut if he completes the lap, but he is purple sector 2. Scott Mitchell crossing the line here. He is also on a good lap. Double green, moves to P12. He has got a 10 place grid penalty to serve. I think he may be the only one to actually get a penalty for this round. Leon Buck crosses the line, and that is an improvement, but not quite pole. And I think he also track extended, so interested to see what he will do with that lap.
Yeah, definitely interesting. 1/10 of a second is quite a big gulf in this championship, as we're seeing this season. So still plenty of time for Buck. Quintai obviously 3/10 back as well to make up.
For sure. Currently looking at everyone on the grid, where everyone is located. People we're not going to be happy so far are going to be Jennis Walborn and Menno Klont. They were two people that were struggling in qualifying in Spa as well, but they're extremely far behind now. They're 24th and 25th. I don't expect them to stay there. But for now, those are championship contenders for the constructors at least. You don't want to see them that far down, but it could bring a very interesting race because we know the race pace is really good. But Menno Klont already on an improvement, so I'm sure he won't stay there for too long. As unfortunately, I think the Wi-Fi is dropping out a bit of Ewan Gale, so I'll be following you through qualifying until we hopefully get it sorted for the warm-up. Purple sector 1 for Frank Hemming. So, and he goes off. Well, that won't be a purple sector 2. Oh, taking so much risk, and yeah, he makes a mistake, but that's also a track extension, so very unlikely that he'll be able to improve after that big mistake. Quinte, though, purple sector 2, green sector 1. This could very well be, well, it will probably put him ahead of Buck with this lap. Seems clean through Parabolica, around the very edge, then taking a tighter line towards the exit. Where does he go? He goes pole, 25.2, as the inside information said so. Would be the pole time, and it seems to be. It is. A great lap by him. Coming out of nowhere. In practice, he didn't seem on the pace, and now he's just smashed that time in. Becoming going to the pits, will do another lap. Also, the whole Pescara, Giuseppe Lino is also driving for Pescara now. Once again, he drove in Spa as well, and obviously they had that controversy at the end where Lino gifted the win over to Quinte, because obviously Quinte is fighting for the title and Lino is not. Opportuni was also doing really good, but he has disappeared, it seems. I'm not sure if Lino is a permanent drive, but there was never an intention for Opportunity to drive here, I think. So Lino will be more prepared here, and it's showing, because last time he qualified somewhere in the range of 20 to 25, and now he's already 7th. So great job by him. Currently everyone in or on an out lap, and it makes sense. Obviously people in the pits waiting not as long as possible, because it could be quite risky if you come out in the wrong place, but they want as much, to go out as late as possible, get their laps in as late as possible, because there is just more grip when you do it later on. So Leon Buck and Pedro Gomez just going out now. Steven Lexo going wide, and is he going to the pits or is he starting lap? He is going to the pits, so he needs to be very fast out of the pits. He's got 15 seconds. It will be very interesting if he will make it or not, because I'm not sure where his pit box is of Crossfire. I'm looking now. I doubt he'll make it. I think Lexo is not gonna make another lap time here, which is unfortunate for him. He's actually pulled over, so no, and neither is Quinte, I don't think. Quinte just went out of the pits, and he's now in sector 1. He's pushing like it's a quali lap already, but he's in a bit of a better position with that 25.2. Saw Mark Fuller go for a small improvement. Didn't improve his time though. And Liam Buck, oh my, something happened there. Is that Walborn? Yeah, Walborn just cut the chicane to get ahead of Buck. Seems a bit interesting. But I think Quinte is now making another lap here. Neither is Pedro Gomez, neither is Steven Lexo. So the only chance for pole, if base is representative at the moment, is Liam Buck. Maybe Frank Hemming as well, because he looked very rapid in that sector 1 until he screwed it up. He is actually on a lap right now, and he messes up the chicane, so not gonna happen. Lino here, 20 seconds to go until the flag. He's actually let Quinte by, and I think Quinte might actually make it. He pushed hardcore in his outlap, and he has made it just barely with 4 to 3 seconds to go. He's gonna make it. Lino is not making it, I don't think. Close, but he doesn't. He gets the flag. See it wave there. So it's going to be between Leon Buck and Quinte. Quinte messes up turn 1, so that's it. Leon Buck needs to do it. He gets a purple sector 1, pushing on through Lesmo 1, now coming up to Lesmo 2. Very hard to underestimate this bump here. You want to overcorrect, even though the car is not even losing itself. We see Walborn undoubtedly behind. He gave him a slipstream, so might be the reason for that. A very quick sector 1. Coming to the sector 2 split now. Into Ascari. Make sure you don't cut. It is possible to cut on the inside. He didn't improve in sector 2. And comparing the sector times, he did lose 1.5 tenths compared to Quinte there. Quinte maybe running a bit of higher wings, because he did gain 1/10 Liam Buck in sector 1, but he's currently up by 0.05. Can he improve? Yes, he can improve, but not in terms of position, which is still quite important, because obviously he did have that lap where he cut earlier. And now he can definitely start on P3. Otherwise, he had to remove it and start P4. Now he is settled in P3. And we see Thomas Harvey actually improving. Matt Rich is now coming over the line. Finishes. Oh, actually improved to P10. Great job by him. Tom Voss also moving up to P12. And I think that is everyone. And we have our actually Jason Muscat moving up to P8 as well. That is our qualifying results in. Point 2, the inside info was correct. It would indeed be Paul. Quinte is the guy to set it. That's definitely not the first time this year. Pedro Gomez. I'm not sure if that's his fastest. No, sorry, the fastest, but the best qualifying result he's had. But it's at least equal it. Great job by him. And hopefully he can keep it up in pace, because in race pace he has been struggling a bit more than quali pace lately. But hopefully he can turn that around. Quinte for his home race, then on Paul Liam Buck P3, Lexo P4, Thomas Harvey P5, Frank Hemming P6, Bobko Hoekstra P7, Jason Muscat P8 in his comeback to Supercup this year. Giuseppe Lino, P9, and Matt Richards will be very happy for Zencho, I'm sure, in P10. And looking at the guys who were disappointed earlier with the times, they haven't improved. Jennis Wolborn, 25th out of 27. Menno Klont, 22nd out of 27. So that is not good for. Obviously, actually, I forgot. I said Menno Klont is in the championship fight. He obviously left for Cliffhanger, so he's not anymore. But Jennis Wolborn is in the Razor car, and he needs to score the points because they're currently third. They are about 60 points behind, 64 to be exact, behind Pescara. Pescara just got a 1-9 in qualifying. So Razor they've got to step, they've got to step up together. Janus Wolborn needs to go for an overtaking race again, which he's definitely capable of. We saw it last time out in Spa, but not optimal. Other championship contenders are all up there, really. So the usual suspects. Chase Muscat in his debut this year, moving from lights. Not sure if he's going to be too happy with it. Obviously, he was champion last year, but this car is definitely different. So it is not an easy beast. I just did some testing today with this car, and it is probably the hardest car out of the whole career ladder this year. So we will go for a little break now, sort out the issues that we had, check if everything's fine. Don't want everyone's aerodromes to blow out. So we will be right back with you as soon as we can for the warm-up and the race one of Supercup here over at Monza. Welcome back, everyone, to the warm-up before race one. As we see a nice little drift by Scott Mitchell. I am not joined by Ewan Gale. He had some issues, and he has been replaced by Indian Ewan Gale. Hello, Sandeep. How you doing?
Hey Liam, nice to be here. Quick short notice, but I'll try and catch up. As I usually try to catch up with you in the lights.
Well, tomorrow it won't be. Yeah, it will be. It will definitely be an interesting race. We have. It wasn't as close as I thought it would be in qualifying. Well, quite a bit of tense between everyone. We had Quinte taking pole with I think 1.5 tenths, and then there was another tenth between him and Gomez, and then Buck. So not quite what I was expecting. I was expecting the gaps to be intensely close, but apparently not in Supercup.
Yeah. I mean, it's. Well, I was expecting a close qualifying, but yeah, top 10. Usually it's only separated by a couple of tenths, but it's a half a second gap. I'm gonna try and catch up and just see where all the main guys are, like the HCO and the Crossfire. I noticed they're up in 4th and 7th. The Crossfire boys, Alexa and Wapke, they've been, as expected, showing consistent pace. And yeah, I mean, Quintai, he's as pole position. He's been the pole guy this year, hasn't he, in the Super Cup? If I've got my
Yes.
knowledge correct. Yeah, so I believe this is his home race. So and Pascal's home race. So
Yeah.
we wanted to impress the home boys out here. So let's see how they do.
They've got a special livery as well. There was some issue with submitting it, but I'm pretty sure they've made it through, if I'm right, because they've got the Italian flags all over. It's not in the picture, unfortunately, as we see on the broadcast, but it is in the car. Last minute change. And yeah, Pescara doing a great job again. Quinte has been the pole guy, but there was a period where Leon Buck got like 3 to 4 poles in a row. Maybe not quite 3 to 4, but he got a lot of them in a row. And it seems like Quinte's got the upper hand in qualifying again. But as we saw last time, Buck has got magnificent race pace. You know it as well from lights. He is crazy fast.
He's unbelievably quick, the boy. Just like his brother, must be. He's must run in the Buck family. They're just so quick on race pace. Qualifying you can match them, and then they lose barely any any time from quali to race. It's just insane. I mean, it's like Prost back in the day. When he used to set his race times as quick as his quali times. It's just like that.
Well, there's actually a third Buck in the making. I raced it. Well, I didn't race against him, but our team was racing in 24 hours of Spa the other day, and they had a team full of Bucks. There was another brother, Lucas Buck, and he was also really fast. So they have a whole family of talented sim racers. It's quite interesting to see. And one of the brothers, Leon Buck, is driving for the title. He's currently first in this championship. He's 14 points ahead of Quintai. And Quintai obviously looking to, to close that gap, especially here in Monza in their home race.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, another guy we should keep an eye on is Pedro Gomez, P2. That's a shock for him right there. I know he's had a bit of a tough season, but be up on the front row. That's no fluke, actually. I believe he has picked up his pace the last few since Germany onwards. So to see him finding some form now would be great. He could be a little bit of a dark horse from now to the end of the season. He's got nothing to lose, has he? He's not in the championship fight. He's gonna go all out to try and win a race, get a podium. Let's see what happens.
Absolutely. He has definitely picked up his pace a lot, and I wouldn't be surprised if he'll be a race one winner this year with how he's been improving. So, the grid then, Quinte, once again on pole position for his home race. Gomez, as we said, behind him, doing a great job in quali. Liam Buck, well, everyone ahead of him is probably in trouble if he does the race pace that we know that he can do, but it's not as easy as overtake as it probably seems like. The draft effect is not that strong here as it has been before in other races. Steven Lexo in 4th for Crossfire, doing a good job. Thomas Harvey, also a great job by him. Frank Hemming, not sure if he's going to be too happy with P6. He's the first of the Nemco guys. Bobka Hoekstra, then another Crossfire in P7. Jason Muscat on his return to the series. Very interested to see what he can do. He was the world champion last year, and P8 in his return is not bad, but probably expected a bit more of that. But the race is not started yet. He's always got good race pace. Then we have Giuseppe Lino on his first race with proper practice, P9 in quali. Then Matt Richards, P10. Great job for him. And Zencho. Then George Whitehouse, P11. Tom Voss behind. Then Junt in Multiforce for this third race in a row, maybe second race in a row, can't quite remember. Craig Pedersen behind him. Then Tom Vandervoort, Simon Frelick, Jack Nichols, Mirko Gelka in P18. Teammate Damian Cardos behind him. That's actually not happened that often that Mirko Gelka outqualified Cardos. I'm not sure if Cardos had any penalties, but starting behind Gelka. Then O'Clont P20. Josh Downer at P21, filling in for PB Racing, sorry. Ivan Leonov P22 with Jens Wolborn, very bad qualifying, P23. He'll have to make his way up through the field quite fast here. Scott Mitchell with a 10th place grid penalty, P24. Then Mark Fuller, Matt Webb. And rounding out the grid is Philip Koenig starting from the pit lane, which is probably a good decision here at Monza. Turn 1 can be a death trap.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just remembering a certain Italian driver called Yuki.
Yes, I remember that one.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't have a repeat here in Supercup race for me. Yeah, it's gonna be a good race. Who do you reckon does favour? I'm gonna go with Quintai for the win and Bock following in P2 and probably one of the Crossfire guys in third place. What do you reckon?
Well, that's the most annoying thing because if you call dips on Quinte, I don't want to be boring and say Quinte as well. I was going to say Quinte, but you know what? I'm saying Gomez now. I'm saying Gomez takes it up to turn 1, gets a good start, takes it, and then he won't lose the position. So the lights are coming on. 3 lights on, 4 lights on, and 5, and we're about to go on the way for the Italian Grand Prix. And there we go. And he does have a good start. Pedro Gomez gets a good lift. And Bock has a disappointing start, but covered off by Quinte is Gomez, and now has to go around the outside. Keeps his position. So is Bock. Ooh, Bock actually gets someone down the inside. That's a crossfire. 2 crossfires fighting out. Bock, Hoekstra gets a really good start, wins 2 positions. And Thomas Harvey falling back a bit. Everything seems to... Ooh, there's a bit of chaos behind. Don't think there's damage, but there is people being held up as everyone seems to come through without damage. Ooh, moved on the inside. Steven Lexo, Frank Hemming. Frank Hemming making moves back. Actually, almost loses it on the acceleration there. As I did hear some sounds of crashing, but I think everyone has come through relatively clean here.
Yeah, my eagle eye has spotted though. Damien Cardas has got a drive-through penalty, so that sounds like seems like a jump start for the Polish driver.
Well, he did gain a lot of position during that start, 4 places up, but that's not going to help as he will have to enter the pits. Yeah, it's not been a good weekend for him. His teammate Mirko Gelka also fell to the very back of the grid from P18 it was, so not a good start for Gallery 82.
No good start. And another guy, Wolburn, yeah, we expect, so I was going to be curious to see if he was able to make a blast through the field in this race, but you probably noticed he's missing a front wing heading into Parabolica.
He's still 19th. This is probably the best track to miss a front wing on. But
and
yeah,
Menno Klont as well has lost his front wing, so I wonder what happened. I wonder if them two have had an incident together into the first corner. As we've got a little movement back in P9.
Yes, we see Lino, Matt Richards, and Whitehouse. I'm not sure who made the move on who, but that's the order they come through. It was Whitehouse trying a move on Lino, and Lino making a move on Richards.
Yeah, Richards got a great run on the exit of first chicane. He's going to look to the outside for the second chicane. I wonder if we get a rough idea who is running extremely low wing. So similar, isn't it? Yeah, looks like everyone's running this lowest possible wing. That's a great move around the outside. Brilliant.
And then Lino cuts back. Oh, gets a bit squeezed. The Magnussen move, but to be fair, there was some great battling.
Yeah, it's a great move by Richards, hanging around the outside. You know, it's beautifully well done, clean, and he's on the move.
Wow, what a great move. Bit of a nudge there towards the exit, but it's probably what he got. You know, he was a bit unstable on the accelerations. Happens quite often in Monza, and probably no intent there. Should be all good. Yeah, that's some good fighting at front. We still have Quinte leading, 8/10 gap between everyone. It seems like 8/10 is the sweet spot. Whole top 4, every one of them is 8/10 between them. Then we have Frank Hemming who's pushing to get past Steven Lexo. But yeah, it looks like, as we see Matt Webb going for a move, the other Zencho going for a move on Mirko Gelka. As he does.
A pretty spread out, which I'm surprised actually. But yeah, I see a move in the back for P7. Harvey defending from Whoopi Hostra. Seems to be where the train is today, P6 onwards.
Yeah. It seems like Harvey can't quite follow the pace of the front runners. So yeah, Harvey had a bad start, and Wopke had a good start. Harvey went from 5 to 7, and Wopke went. Ooh, actually, Frank Hemming just made the move on Steven Lexo down the inside, clean, and Klein was back there. It was quite far, so maybe Lexo not running that low wings or Hemming running very low wings. But good move. But yeah, Wopke had a good start, but lost it all in the following corners, and Harvey won a position back on him. So. Let's see if Harvey can keep up with the guys ahead. It seems so far that he can't, but let's see if he picks up the pace in the future laps.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Maybe Wupke hasn't found the right feel in his car yet in his opening stages. You know, especially when you go from cold tires, pressures come down, and it takes a while for the front tires to kick in. But it's up front, you just notice Pedro Gomez. He's putting a little bit of pressure on Quintana. Let's see how powerful the DRS is, because this will be the first complete lap. We'll see the effects of DRS on this low downforce track.
Yes, is it enough to go for a move here? Doesn't seem like it. Well, if he brakes late, he could, but nope. Okay, so passing is definitely possible. I don't think anyone doubted that, but not as easy as it looks like, probably from the outside. Obviously, the low wings just means, ooh, as we see a pack marker there, that's Philippe Koenig, who actually started from the pits. So to see him a lap down, must have been involved in an incident. Not what he wanted.
It's now, is he?
No, he's driving.
Okay, yeah, he must have an incident on that one. It must have, yeah, especially if he started on the pits, so.
Yeah, that's literally exactly what you don't want. And it has happened to him. There's a bit of a fight going on there. George Whitehouse, David Junt, and Tom Vandervoort. George Whitehouse had a fight earlier with Junt, I think, and they're all scrapping about. It's a big train, and that's the annoying thing. It's so hard to overtake if you are in this train. Pedro Gomez, though, will have it a bit easier. He's 4 tenths off, and he's having a nice little slipstream here. Actually, what was that? There was a guy who cut the track. Was that Matt Richards there who went off? Not optimal for him.
I wonder if it's Koenig.
Oh, was Koenig? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Similar colored car.
Yeah, I think it was his Koenig just getting out with blue flags. Yep, he won.
He won. Pedro Gomez chooses not to go for it. He definitely could have.
He lifted off, didn't he?
Yeah.
He lifted off. He wants to just hang behind Gomez. Maybe he wants to save a bit of tires, save a bit of fuel, maybe go an extra lap.
Yeah, it seems so, because that definitely was an opportunity there to make it move, and he didn't. So interesting choice. I think it's a wise choice. Tires won't be as crucial here as other tracks. Obviously, there's still a mandatory pit stop, but I don't think people have issues making it. But if he's gonna go long, if he saves his tires now and go long, an overcut, if Quinte comes into traffic, which if he pits right now he would, then if you go for an overcut, it might even be better. Though it's a risky strat, I would say.
Oh, 50-50. Quintal might come out straight into traffic. Gomez has one clean in lap, and he might end up leapfrogging Quintal. It's a risky, worth taking, but he's still in a good position right now. Hopefully, touch wood, nothing bad happens to him from now to the end of the race. I wonder what this back marker is going to do. Who's that up ahead of him? It's Menno. Menno's ahead of him. Yeah, let's see what happens when they catch up to Menno. If Quintana might get caught out of the dirty air, or Menno might make a mistake in front of him that catches Quintana. Who knows? But let's see.
He's not Nemoko anymore, so he's not going for the title with the teams anymore. I'm sure he'll be a bit nicer than he normally would be, though maybe he probably still wants the team to win, even though he's not driving for them. So everything has chilled down a bit. Muscat choosing not to go for a move on Wopke, I think probably for the best there. As we see a move down the inside or down the outside, that's Greg Pedersen, but can't do it. Tries to go for a bit of a switchback, and further back it's Scott Mitchell in a nice battle with Frelick. I think Scott Mitchell overtook Frelick there through turn 1. So good move by him. He's moved up the order from P24, if I'm right, already up 7 positions, and now on his way to P16.
Yeah, and he's got his teammate that back there in P19. I don't know if he's been mentioned before, but Jack Nichols is racing actually in Berlin right now. He took his PC and his wheel out there. That's sim racing dedication right there.
That is commitment.
It's full
He
commitment.
does take this very seriously, which is great to see.
Oh, Frelick just got loose on the exit of Lesmo too. I wonder if that's going to put him under pressure from Nichols.
Well, let's see. I don't think yet, but he'll definitely do it for the upcoming few straights. I was actually just about to talk about Lesmo too. I see so many people getting so twisty down there. It is very hard to accelerate out there. And honestly, I don't know if you have the same, but every time I go to a Lesmo 2, it feels like the car is going to snap on me, but it just doesn't. So you overcorrect for absolutely nothing. I'm not sure if it's just me.
It's,
or...
yeah, it's my least... It's such an annoying corner because, you know, if you're going a little bit too deep, you end up, you know, just putting a wheel on the gravel that can spin you to the right. And if you go in too early, you end up hitting the inside curb too hard, which then pushes you onto the gravel on the outside. So it's like a thread the needle type of corner, Lesmo 2. It's difficult to get it right every lap after lap.
It is, and that's just Lesmo 2. Lesmo 1 is similar. They're both really tough corners, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see anyone getting caught out by it. The AstroTurf here is deadly, especially around those Lesmos. So hopefully the drivers will keep it clean there. As I'm looking at the pace, currently 26 mid to low seems to be the pace. And honestly, everyone is doing equal lap times, it seems. I think the top 3 is pretty loose. I think, unless there's a big... Oh, Jack Nichols has an issue. Lesmo 1 didn't lose too much time, but definitely a lot of it anyway. I think like 4 seconds maybe. Went very wide on Lesmo 1 there. Went across the gravel. And
yeah, he got out of shape on the entry to the second chicane. I was about to say, he did pass Frelick into turn 1, but maybe got a bit too excited about making the move and he ran deep into the second chicane. That put him on the... left him exposed to Frelick.
Pedro Gomez around the outside. Yeah. Quinte breaks late. Is that too late? I think it will. Yeah, it is too late. He cuts the anti-cut. There's no escape road there. And now it's Pedro Gomez with the way better run out the outside. And yeah, well, he will have to concede that position, I think. Quinte defending too hard, but now I don't think you can overtake right away. That's a Lewis Hamilton 2008 rule, but he does it and gets the position back. Oh, and they touch actually. And this gives Leon Buck an opportunity here. Maybe? No, it doesn't. Okay, so light contact, but in the end, it's Quinte that actually comes up ahead still.
First, yeah.
Yeah, well, that was... Oh, he braked too late and just completely compromised his whole exit. But yeah, just light contact. I don't think they'll have damage though.
No, I think he'll get away with that though, because although I wonder if he picked up a little bit of damage from running over that sausage curb though. I mean, it is a tough little curb, that orange thing. It does give you a little bit of suspension damage. Hopefully you got away with that, but he's now just put a little bit of a gap to Gomez, and just left him to be pressurized by Leon Bock.
It has, but as long as Pedro Gomez has got that DRS and especially slipstream, I think it will be near impossible for Buck to overtake here. I think really Gomez is going to be the one having to make a move on Quinte, and he's definitely trying. Ooh, Steven Lexer going right behind the chicane. We see a move here. David Junt is going for the move on Leonov. Leonov still on the inside. Will he break late enough? Yes, he will. And they're going side by side. Good. They're leaving enough sufficient space. And now that gives Matt Richards an opportunity to go down the inside. Matt Richards actually lost a lot of places.
Yeah, okay. Well, what's happened to Richards actually? Yeah, he was P9 a few laps ago. So yeah, we've missed something there with Matt Richards.
Well, he's so close between Leonov and David Junt. As David Junt gets the position. Nice move around the outside of turn 1. And that's a big group there. There's 4 cars all fighting for that P13. But let's see if David Junt can get away now.
Quintiles definitely put a little bit of a gap out to Gomez, because Buck was all over the back of Gomez heading to the Escari chicane. So maybe Quintiles decided to stretch the legs out, and Leon Bock maybe can sense that. It feels like he needs to get past Gomez now. And Hamming's actually caught up to these top 3. Just because, especially because the top 3 guys were battling for that previous lap, and that's helped him out a lot.
Well, Leon Box 2 laps ago, lap time was it's not gonna go for a move, is he? No. Okay. Leon Bock did a 28.0 2 laps ago, compared to Frank Hemming's 26.7. That's 1.3 seconds.
Yeah, that one lap where they were all battling together has allowed Hamming to close up to these top 3 guys, and now it's a 4-way fight for P1. Although Quintai, that's why Quintai's trying to make a little break for it right now.
He is. Oh, he just locks his rears there, it seems. Forest fans couldn't really see properly. Either way, tires were locked up, and he got him out of DRS actually. Quinte has got the DRS pulled out, but he needs to keep this up. Protection point is here, and I think Gomez doesn't have DRS anymore, so that could be very interesting.
He just got it actually, yeah.
Oh wow! Just pushed enough through Lesmos then to just get DRS, but I think
the activation points just on the entry to second Lesmo for this track.
He really pushed hard there then to get it.
Yeah.
But now he's got 8.5 tenths, and I think honestly Quinte may have a bit more top speed. I'm looking on the straight at the moment. How much top speed for Quinte and how much for Gomez? I'll come back with results in a second. So 320. Okay, well, Gomez at 323, but he had the slipstream, I guess.
I better switch to European speedos. I'm working in.
Don't worry. Oh, first pit stop. Giuseppe Lino.
Oh, it's Gomez. He's spun, locked down the braking into the first chicane.
Oh no! Missed that. Lino goes into pits and Gomez spins. Did he lock his rears?
He did, yeah. He locked his rears. You know, the Supercup cars are very difficult on the braking. I've heard it from a lot of drivers this season. And did Quintai lag a bit?
I need to check actually.
Do you reckon?
It doesn't look like it.
I think he did.
Oh, he did.
I think Gomez got caught out by that.
He did. He did lag a tiny bit, and that has. But to be fair, it looked like it was definitely cost for him at braking, but I think he would have still missed the corner.
Voss is out. Ross has lost his front left tyre. What's happened there?
Oh god.
Who else is off? Wait, there's another car off there.
Who's that man? Clont. Oh no.
Oh, don't tell me they've hit each. No.
No, Tom lost it on his own.
Oh, Mena's lost it on his own as well. Okay.
In the same corner.
Wow.
Maybe there's some oil on the track. They both lost it in the same corner, completely separate instance. Tom Voss has retired. Menno is still salvaging into the pits. Careful, Quinte. That's not Quinte, sorry. That is Lino. Who's the first pit stop was Lino. He's on those mediums, and he is pushing now. Wopka's the next guy, and so is Gomez. After that spin, his tires were surely dead. Let's see if any funny undercuts will be made here. I don't think so. There's no variance in pit stop times in Super Cup. But, you know, maybe the entry is a bit to the pit box is a bit faster. But, no. Gomez still stays in front. And now it's interesting to see where does Lino come. There he is. He's coming on the pit straight. He might actually get him. It's going to be close. Lino may have just undercut both Wopke and Gomez. Gomez doesn't brake late, so Lino just took 2 positions, which he didn't have before the pit stops.
Yeah, the undercut's working well then for Lino. It has 2 places there for him, and yeah, that'll help out his teammate. Just take a little bit of pressure off him, and let's have a quick look. Yeah, Wopke wants to get past Cardes right now into the second chicane. Here we go. Both leave each other just about enough room, but
both getting so squiggly on the end. But yeah, this is going to cost Wopke so much time. He was right behind Pedro Gomez, and somehow they,
he's lost a couple of seconds just from this.
Yeah, this is devastating for his race, and this could honestly, Quinte's now in the pits, Liam Bock staying out, so let's see if that overcut works. Everyone's going into the pits.
Yeah.
Jason Muscat staying out though. But Quinte, Hemming, Lexo, and Harvey all coming into pits. So is Whitehouse. And does Quinte have to wait? No, he doesn't.
Lucky to go away that one. Let's see where Gomez, how much time Gomez losing.
Definitely a lot because of that spin, but Quinte comes out in a relative clean air. This is very good for them. Pescara has done a great job on that. They are in clean air. Oh, Gomez though. Gomez on Lino. going down the inside, and I think that's a dumb move. Who's that? Who's the guy pitting? Ooh, I don't know actually, but coming out ahead, Gomez, and now slipstream in the hands of Lino, and it could very well be another move back onto the second chicane. Lino getting the nice slipstream. Pedro Gomez defending the inside, but no move happening quite yet. So good overtake for Pedro Gomez, gaining a place. And looking at where Quinte comes back, he comes out approximately 4 seconds ahead of Hemming. Oh,
Leon.
spin! No! Who's that? That's Jack Nichols, who almost binned it. I think we just barely called that on the broadcast, but he keeps it out of the wall. Leon Buck is down in the pits, yeah. And Jason Muscat as well. Surely, almost everyone. Tom Vandervoort as well. Last guy on the soft shredder. Actually, Craig Patterson also. But that's the last guy. Leon Buck, does he get held up?
Oh, where's...
Ooh, he may have actually been held up a tiny bit there in the pits.
Might have been, yeah. Let's see how much time, let's see how the undercart's worked out for Quintai then. Where's Quintai? He's coming out proud. Where is he? I've lost track of him. Oh, there he is, sorry.
Wait,
oh, the undercart.
Oh,
worked.
wow. Well, does it?
Here we go.
Wait, no. It did work.
Quintai's tyres up to temperature. He might get better traction out of the first chicane compared to Bok, and he's got to make the move now. He's got to go for it right now before Bok gets some temperature and pressure back into these tyres.
Yes, he does, and he's looking to line one up. Goes to the inside. Bok is not defending it.
No, he didn't defend it. I'm surprised.
The outside is, to be fair, not a bad place to go, but he doesn't even seem to try to stick. And
I'm surprised, yeah. Unless he thinks he could get him back later on, but I thought he would have just gone defensive straight away.
I'm curious to see the sector times of... Oh, Mark Fuller is off. But I want to see the sector times of Liam Buck in that lap. 28.9, which is... 28.8, sorry, which is honestly, he just did a regular lap. It wasn't particularly fast, it was just average. So I'm not sure how he overtook Quinte.
I mean, it would taken a little bit less fuel, but it wouldn't have been that much. It was only... How long you got? 2 laps longer?
One.
1 lap?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that wouldn't have been anything then. Quintai must have made a mistake, possibly on his out lap, but...
Could it have been damage repair from the one time he hit Pedro Gomez? I'm not too sure. It could be, but I'm not too sure about that, obviously.
He did run over the curb hard, so that might have damaged the car a little bit, but...
We'll have to wait and see, but for what it means now, it means Quinte is still in the provisional lead. In the actual lead is Ivan Leonov, who is on those medium tires, going long, obviously, and hoping to get an overtaking race done. This whole double stack from Rowan GP.
P5? P5?
Yep, P5. Semifrelli going for a move on Lexo, or was it the other way around? I missed the start.
Actually, I reckon it might be another way around.
Yeah, probably was, yeah. Well, no, it wasn't actually.
Frelick hasn't pitted yet, has he?
No, but Lexo made the move in turn 1, and then Frelick tried to make it back onto... is it De La Ruya or whatever it's called? Something like that?
I'm bad with corner names.
So am I.
We need a Lesmo and Parabolica Scari.
Yeah, well, that's basically all corners.
And Curva Grande.
Yeah?
That's it. I don't know what the first chicane's called.
You know what? I'm Googling it. Monza track names. Yeah, it seems like Buck actually got a bit of a gap now. 1 second. No, actually 7 tenths about.
Just be sitting behind Quintai, letting him use his tyres to lead this train, and you'll pounce right at the end.
Yeah. Sounds good if you can make it work, which is not a guarantee, obviously. But it's quite easy to follow around here. So, an update.
Oh! Frelick! Oh, I've never seen that before. So Frelick is entering the pit lane, he brakes hard and he completely locks his rear tyres up and almost slams into the pit entry.
Oh, that is
cost
weird.
him a big chance of points. I wonder if he's picked up damage as well from that.
Yeah, his whole wheel was wonky. That is indeed...
I've never seen that happen before.
Well, what we're seeing is people needing to put the brake bias to the front a bit more, basically. We've seen Pedro Gomez taking a spin.
Just lock the rears up again, just like Gomez had earlier.
Wow, that is very interesting and very unfortunate. He was doing quite well.
Yeah,
Could have
well, good
probably,
job to not like completely end his race right there, but
yeah.
that would
I
have been
mean,
embarrassing if he
I've
actually.
always been thinking about those type of pit entries. Basically, let's say somebody gets a blown tire on the straight and just fools on hits that wall. Obviously Frederick was going quite slow, but I always been thinking it's quite dangerous. Obviously, talking about real life racing right now, but
Yeah, I mean, drivers like to really attack the pit entry. They want to, gain as much time as possible. You can, or absolutely can get second in a little bit and second or more, basically, just from being better than someone into the pit entry. And Friedrich pushed probably just a tad too hard and paid a big price for it.
yeah, try and gain a tenth, lose 10 seconds, and that's how it goes sometimes. Um, Looking at the battle up front, Leon Buck. Well, obviously he will have low wings. He's the guy who always runs low wings whenever possible. I'm sure his brother taught him that because he's doing the same. Um, yeah, he always runs low wings. Obviously, Monza, no doubt he's running one rear wing. There's no doubt in my mind he is. But most of these guys will probably do that. What do you want to say?
I was gonna say, why do I have a feeling Friedrich didn't change his tires?
Oh no. Oh no. Is he going from bad to worse? And he's going into the pits again. It is going from bad to horrible. This is surely race over in terms of getting points at least.
Yeah, I think that's chance of points gone out the window for him.
He didn't change
He gone, he
tires.
didn't. Yeah, he must just.
That is very unfortunate. And that means no points for Simmer Frelick in race one. Leonov going into the pits actually had a little wiggle, just like Frelick had, but he made it. And I think we might see a move for the lead. Bach is so close to Quintai. Quintai defending the inside.
He's just a bit too far back. He might go for it on the outside, but nope, he's just gonna hang back a little bit, go for the better exit out of the second chicane, and let's see if he slipstreams his way past into Curva Grande.
He might. This is a championship lead.
Quintai's gone more defensive already than compared to Bach, and yeah, he's gonna make Bach go around a long way.
Ooh, lock the brakes a tiny bit.
Yeah,
Tires
Bach
a tiny bit.
looked a bit more comfortable on the braking, I'll say, out of these
Yes,
two.
he does. But this is the championship battle. Ooh, Harvey looking for a move down. No, actually, Jason Muscat making a move on Harvey, the other way around. So Jason Muscat getting a great recovery drive, better race pace than quali pace. He's already from P8 to P5. Great job by him.
That's why he was the Supercup champion last season,
Yeah.
From his strong race pace as you showed last season, he's brought it. Good to see him back racing though. You have missed him in Clear Ladder. As yellow flag ahead was
Jack Nichols out. Suspension damage. He was in a Ascari. His car was wonky and he just lost it. And that's a DNF for him, unfortunately. Teammates is still fighting for points P16. Always like to see those guys do well. Oh, Liam Bach taking a very interesting line through that corner.
Yeah. What happened there? Did you just go too... I just missed it. You go too deep into Parabolica?
It seemed like it, yes.
Yeah, outbrake himself.
Actually, he was really close to him. And wow, I don't know, he didn't really outbrake himself, just floored it.
Looks like the dirty air just understeered him wide.
It did seem like a Pedro Gomez, meanwhile, attacking Harvey. Harvey, locking those brakes as well. And
the tricky cars on the braking is
they are.
They look a lot difficult than what we drive in
League
and Lights.
I've done about an hour of the Supercup car, and they are hell to drive, but it is extremely fun. It is so much fun to drive. I really like cars that challenge you, and they really do. And the brakes have all year they've been horrible, but obviously with this lower wings they're even worse. So, yeah, the brakes are difficult. They're very difficult. You need to find your right brake bias, that right pedal force, and need to be really comfortable. And at the moment, it seems like Bach is the one most comfortable in the top two.
Yeah, after that little mistake, he's fallen a little bit back from Quintai. Probably regroup, come back at him later on, next couple of laps or so. Let's see what close battles we got. We got Hamming and Lexo for the final podium position. Lexo's gained time in this pit stop phase. to Hamming.
Yes.
Hamming was with these top two before the pit stop, so I don't know if Frank has come out in traffic that's held him up a little bit, but Lexus definitely wants a little podium.
Well, didn't Hemming come in the pits together with... Who was that?
He was with Buck, wasn't he?
Oh, no, he wasn't. He was with someone else.
Did he not? I thought he paired with Buck. Okay,
No, Buck pitted later. Buck pitted as one of the last guys. It was with someone. I will actually just fact check because this annoyed me. I'll come back with an answer soon. Got it. It was with Lexo actually. So Frank Hemming was ahead, and then Lexo actually just got him, and is now ahead. Oh, actually, he's behind now. Sorry. So Frank Hemming overtook back again. In the pits, horrible weekend. Yen is wallborne. I'm not sure what happened, but he hasn't made the recovery drive he was wanting to.
No, I remember he did lose his front wing on the first lap, and now it's
yes.
all about probably trying to find the best possible position for race 2 to help his teams in the championship.
That's it.
And oh
Apologies.
no, I don't want to say it. He's got it. He's got to drive through.
Oh my god. It's a horrible weekend for him so far. Buck was looking down the inside. Needs to get a good exit while he's gonna cut again.
Come wide again. Yeah. He's having a hard time following Parabolica.
Yeah? Oh, I heard crushing
I heard
sounds.
something. Yeah, what was
Pedro
that?
Gomez. Pedro Gomez.
Oh,
He is so fast, but he's making too much mistakes. He hit the grass on the entry.
no.
Or
Did he
the-
just catch it on? Yeah, I don't. What? Is his brakes failed?
I don't think so.
Are you sure?
No.
I think his brakes have failed. You know that? That didn't stop at all.
I do think maybe it could be that, yes. The thing is, his car pulled to the left
It
when he
just pulled
braked.
to the left, which is something.
It could be, yes. You may be right. Well, we'll see after
Because-
his pit stop. Because we're going to keep a close eye on that. That could be devastating. It's quite hard to make your brakes
Brakes.
fail. Yeah, it is.
Brakes,
Pedro
yeah.
Gomez, brakes failed. Good observation. Without you, what would I be without you? Honestly, it wasn't a typical brake failure. Like, he got pulled
No,
a bit to the left.
Because
Clearly.
because earlier when he locked the rears up, it just spun on him, but here it just pulled a little bit to one direction. And
Yes.
good job he didn't hit the guy in front of him. Respect for that. And what?
Unfortunate. Very
I
unfortunate.
think I've given him the curse. Sorry about that, Gomez. I said, oh, he'd be P3, didn't I?
I said he'd win.
You said you would win, yeah.
Well, no one said Buck. And Buck's got a good chance for
No,
win.
I said Buck for P2.
Well, yeah, but not for the win. He's
Hold on now. Yeah, this is interesting.
Warborn ahead of Quinte. Is there going to be
Yes.
some games? Hemming and Lexo also
No, he
fighting.
just gets that away. Fair play to Razor. Well, we
Um,
might see a team play there, but
Yeah, well, don't want a penalty.
Oh, what's
Lexo and
happening?
Hemming.
what happened to Leno?
Oh god, we have to look at that.
Why was Leno over the curb into the first chicane? Did he just lose it?
Wait,
He
who was
lost
that?
it back there.
Meno.
Lieno. How do you say his
Lino.
name? I know that one.
Yeah,
That one.
got it. Yeah, Lino, I don't know. I wasn't looking, but he's gained position since
Yeah, he
he's
just-
undercut.
Yeah, sorry, he just locked his rears on the braking. That's nothing major, but yeah.
He drifted
P3's
nicely.
P3's getting close as well, but
Yes, I
wait
think
a
there might be a
minute.
move here.
I don't know where to look. You look at P1, I think
No.
P3. Let's stick with P3.
Yeah, P3 seems closer, but both are close. Can we just look at both at the same time? Because I don't know who to look at. I'll keep an eye on both. And because of that mistake, Wopka also getting a bit closer to...
Buck seems to struggle in Parabolica to follow Quintai. That's helping him a lot. That's helping Quintai a lot. That's putting off Buck trying to make a move into the first chicane. And then coming back to Hamming and Lexo,
They're close.
it's a lot closer here. It's a lot closer, yeah.
As front, nothing happens,
Hamming with
but
defense. No, he doesn't. Okay.
Hemming doesn't go defensive.
He doesn't
Gives
feel like
Lexo the
he can-
inside.
Oh, bit of a lock up there by Lexo, but he caught it.
He gives the position, Hemming.
Yeah. He does have his teammate behind him in Muscat, probably has a rear gunner just to protect from any threat behind, so maybe Hamming just thinks he's gonna shoot his tyres protecting P3 and just thought I'll just take P4.
Doesn't seem like a Frank Hemming thing to do, but it could be.
At this point in the championship, you gotta play a percentage game when you think you haven't got the pace at that point. You just try to get as much as possible. And I think right now we're seeing Lexo, just, he's pulling a gap now to Hamming.
Yeah, I think Lexo's got the better pace here, and Lexo he's doing a great job this year. He's stepping in for Crossfire. I don't think he's a permanent drive because is he doing FC? I think he is.
Yes,
So
he's the primary driver for Nova Racing.
There we go. So he can't do every race. He can do, I think, either 2 or 3 more.
He was there in Australia, race one for Crossfire, and I think he did do Spa if I'm not incorrect.
So this is the third.
So he has one more.
One more race. So after that, Crossfire will have to find a new driver, and in the meantime, in the back of the field, I don't know, Michael Gale got cut somewhere because his time is invalidated. And Josh Downer just DNFs. So that's another guy. He wasn't in the points, but he just disconnected, it seems like. He's legged out, I think. I can't see his old car, and I haven't been able to see it for a while, so probably a leg incident. Either way, at front, we have still Quinte and Buck fighting. They're the guys who are leading the championship. 14 points between them. That will be less if it ends up in the way it is now. Quinte seems to be putting a bit of a gap. Make sure you don't lose it on the last Matsuga. It's a bit squiggly.
I don't think Buck's got the car to follow. I think that's what we're finding out here. I think in clear air he might be able to pull away, but how many times is it good tire? He does lock his tires a lot.
He does.
Yeah. How does that not chew his tires up?
Well, it might, but obviously it's Monza, so tires are historically going to be, in better shape than other tracks. There's not a lot of corners that are hard on the tires. And you only need to do 14 laps on these mediums. That comes to about, you can probably go to like 4% per lap, which is hard. So he will be fine. There's 2 laps to go, and there's no sign of Buck being able to pull a move. Will this be the order we finish in, or will there still be a move for this position?
And Hamming's come back at Lexo here. He's had a second life and his second wind, has he, Mr. Frank Hamming?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Frank Hamming's a very smart driver, so maybe letting him by, knowing that he'll be able to stick with him, save a bit of tires for a few laps, and then get back at him, which is oof. Lexo, did he just have a little bit of a leg spike as well? Maybe my eyes are deceiving me. It seemed like he stopped quite suddenly, but yeah, he did have a leg spike. But it was similar to what Quinte had earlier on.
At least it's not a race-ending one, though.
No. Good. Menoclont in the pits again from P lost in P22, so disastrous race for him.
He said P lost.
He is P lost. Is he not?
Right. Sorry, Box looks a lot closer to Quintana. He needs a better run in parabolic. No, he's not again.
Well, it's not as bad as it was before, but I think he may just give it too far.
Again, it's given Quintai a few car lengths to help him defend. And who's that up? Which back marker is that? That's
Frelick and Fuller.
Yes. Will they catch him at the end of this lap?
They might actually. Yeah, good point. There's 1 lap to go. This is the final lap. So if it's gonna happen anywhere, it will happen. It should happen soon, because where are you gonna overtake? It's definitely possible, but it's hard. It's really hard, especially as here it's not gonna happen. So you need to position yourself perfectly off the Lesmo. And Boxcar doesn't seem to. Oh, Muscat and Harvey. Harvey is caught up. Wait, Muscat must have made a mistake. Muscat did make a mistake in turn 1. He overshot it, and now Harvey are on the outside. Muscat loses the position. He was so far ahead and just binned it. Well, he did bin it, but made a mistake in turn 1. Outbraked himself, went over the curbs, gave Harvey the run, and now Harvey's got P5.
Oh, sorry. Vandervoort and Craig Patterson had the incident. Second chicane.
David Johns, is it?
Oh, hold on. What's going up front? Quinti's had to go off because of the back marker.
No!
Box through. Is Box through? Yes, he is. There was a.
What happened there?
It was a back marker just spun ahead of him. I couldn't see who it was, but
Quinte, that was Frelick and Fuller. They spun out, and well, Quinte is gonna be absolutely furious. Leonbach wins the race. Not how he would have wanted it for sure. Quinte is gonna be absolutely mad. Gets
Wow.
P2, Lexo P3, Hemming P4, Harvey last lap overtake on Buscat gets P6, Lino P7. Wow, what an ending. Quinte gets robbed from a win. I think it's fair to say this. What an ending. I have no words.
Just when I thought, I wonder if back markers might play it.
You have good eyes, my man. Such a good spotter, man.
Wow.
And you are right. The back
Liam
marker.
Buck, the guy that none of us predicted will win race 1, has come away with the race win.
He has. And he did have good pace, but I think it's fair to say Quinte deserved this one. And it's unfortunate. It is really unfortunate. Interesting point is I did see quite a bit of Parabolica cuts, so maybe, if there's some post-race drama in there, then the lineup, the orders could change, but I don't think that will happen. Don't think the Italians are off the drama too much. So yeah, what a finish. Liam Bach.
Yeah.
Great pace all race, wins in the end. Quinte P2, Lexo P3, he's done a fantastic job. Frank Hemming P4 also got a lot of places. Harvey P5, Jason Muscat P6, Giuseppe Lino P7, George Whitehouse P8, also a great comeback drive. Even Leonov started from very back of the grid, like P22. And he got back into P9 with that alternate strategy. So great job by him as well. Bobke Hoekstra, I'm not sure what happened with him, but he fell back a lot in the latter stages when he rounds out the top 10. Last point finishes are Matt Ridges, who got a bit of a comeback drive after his... Well, we didn't see what happened, but he did some sort of error. Lost a few places. Tom Vandervoort, David Junt, Craig Pedersen. Actually, David Junt had that incident, but still finished in the points. Craig Pedersen then, and Scott Mitchell scoring the final point for Rowan GP. Wow, what an ending there, Sandeep. I don't even know what to say.
Extraordinary. I've never seen that happen. I've never seen that before. It's the first time. Well, it's not like was it the Basili guys had the incident in the feature race a couple of years back in Parabolica? Not Parabolica, Iscari.
I wasn't there a couple of years back, so...
Oh, right. It's similar to that where them two collided for the race win in the feature race. But here's a back marker that's caused the... I think it was Milinek in the end that came away with the win as Real at the DNF.
I think I may have actually been there. It was 2018, maybe.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. I can't quite remember, but it was something like that, yes. And it's quite similar to this. Wow. And I'm sure Quinte is going to be fired up. The good thing is he'll be starting ahead of Buck in the second race, which seems like quite a big deal because Buck had a lot of issues in that dirty air, it seemed like. And, well, he's going to get a whole lot more of it in race 2.
Yeah, he didn't seem comfortable following a car in Parabolica.
No.
That was the feeling I got, and maybe he could have taken a slightly tighter line into the entry of Parabolica, braked a little early, carried a bit tight, and pick up the slipstream on the late apex. That's an idea for him, but for sure, yeah, he didn't look comfortable. And let's see what happens in race 2. And we missed Harvey actually passing Muscat at the end.
No, I didn't. I call that.
Did you?
I did. Yeah,
right, I missed Harvey passing Muscat at the end. And
I think it was a broadcast as well. Huh? No, we did see that. Yeah, Muscat made a mistake in turn 1 last lap. And Harvey got the run into Curva Grande. And actually, I looked up the corner names. It's Varianta de la Roja. So,
I see Milinek wrote in the chat, that remind me of 2018. Sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
Vietnam flashbacks. Yeah.
Should we have a break, you reckon? We'll come back
We
for
should,
race?
because my voice is absolutely battered. So
I do need a drink as well. So I think, Rob, our cameraman, you can have a drink as well. We'll be back shortly.
we'll be back. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back for race 2. Don't go anywhere. See you in a bit. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're here in warm up with over a minute to go, and we're preparing for race 2 of Supercup here in Italy. The way race 2 works is there will be no mandatory pit stop, and you can still do a pit stop, but I'm not expecting any because obviously the tires last forever here. Talking to the inside information giver, he's expecting a lot of people to go on softs instead of mediums, which is interesting. Sandeep, what do you think? Will people go for the softer tire or the harder tire here? Yeah, I think Sandeep's still drinking some beer or something, so he'll be back later. But I think a lot of people will be going on the soft tires. Would be surprised if we'd see a lot of mediums.
I think I'm
Um,
back now. Sorry.
oh, you are. It seems like you are. So what do you
I
think then?
I forgot I'd mute my mic. Sorry about that. I think they'll go for mediums. Just because of the heat, and it's probably better for them to push in the dirt. Yeah, try and make the overtake happen.
That's true. I think we'll actually be able to see a lot of mixed strategies. Yeah, it is 33 degrees over here. Very, very warm all over Europe, probably. And a lot of people are actually driving on the mediums indeed. But we have some guys on the softs. Menoclon driving on the softs. Jason Muscat driving on the softs. Actually, that one's crashing out in Cover Grande. That's a new one for me. Pedro Gomez is on the softs. So I think we'll see a lot of mixed strategies. Lino on the mediums. Frank Hemming on the softs. So I'm sure we'll run down the grid and talk about that as we are now going for the session in the race here. What do you think? I'm not sure what the reverse grid number was. I think it's 6 because
Yeah,
Jason must get some
our
pole.
Super Cup champion last year is on pole position. I'm surprised it's not a crossfire car, to be honest, but
Yeah.
champ is back on pole.
Maybe it's not the crossfire luck. It's more the Matteo Kiersmaker's luck.
I'm just thinking as well. You remember Jonathan Holmes ran FC last year, and he got a reverse grid pole in his return in Turkey, and he won race 2 as well. I wonder if we're going to see a repeat in Super Cup.
That would be marvelous. I think everyone likes Jason. So it would be good to see him win a race. He's definitely capable. We've seen that many, many times in the past. And this year has been hard for him. He's had the Super League Lights car, which didn't really suit him, it seemed like. But the Super Cup car is more his mojo, as he showed last year. So Jason Mutgat on pole is on the soft tires, and the guys behind are all on the mediums until Lino, who is on the softs. One is on the mediums, according to Air Factor 2, but I got a sneak peek before. So let's run down the grid, shall we? Jason Muscat on pole position. We'll talk about the tires later as they are currently not updated. Thomas Harvey, P2, had a great race and gets rewarded with a P2 on the reverse grid race. Frank Hemming, P3. Steven Lexo, P4. Quinte, P2, got mugged in the last lap. P5, then Leon Buck, winner of the last race, extending his championship lead by another 5 points, starting from P6. Lino just missed out on the reverse grid pole. P7, then wideouts behind him. Leonov drove a great race to get back to P9 from the back of the grid. He's starting to in P9 as well. Wopke Hoekstra fell back a bit. P10, the Madrid is behind Tom Vandervoort, David Junt, Greg Pedersen P14, Scott Mitchell P15, Meko Galka, Damian Cardos. No points for the Gallery 82 guys in race 1. Disappointing for them. They've been consistently up there, especially with Cardos. Matt Webb in P18 in the other Zen show. Walborn P19, disastrous race 1, but he's starting from P19. Mark Fuller P20 with Frelick 21. 22nd is Menno Klont, also a bad race by him. He's starting on those softs. Josh Downard P23. Gomez 24, brake failure earlier. Hopefully he fixed those issues. Jack Nichols P25. Tom Voss. And then Philip Koenig 27th. This time not starting from the pit lane. What are your expectations here? Last time we were both wrong. Who do you think is going to win in race 2?
Come on, let's go for Jason.
Oh, great.
I'm
It
waiting
will
for
be.
Muscat. Yeah, that's my guy.
I'm going to go with Thomas Harvey. I think he's shown great pace. I'm going to go Harvey 1, Lexo 2, Muscat 3. How about that?
Alright, alright. I'll go for Muscat, Quinte, Lexo.
So you think Buck's gonna lose points in this race then? We both thought that Buck in the podium. He's proven us wrong once already. He's got a very good chance to do it again. But he needs to sort out his parabolic issues.
I wonder where we'll keep an eye on Lino because he's on the soft tires. I wonder if the game plan for Pescara is to try and get ahead of Buck and just back him up into the pack.
Could very well be. Softs should mean better starts. So we'll have to focus on how he gets off the line. Same goes for Muscat, by the way, because he's also on the softs, but he's already first. So might get a good start out here. Everyone is lined up on the grid now, and the lights hopefully will come on soon. We've seen before that it takes a while for a race director to press the buttons, but seems to be the case this time as well. So we'll get a bit more time to talk. No, we don't. 2 lights on already. There we go then. 4 lights on and 5 lights on. Cars revving up to maximum revs, and there we go. Ooh, not a great reaction time from Muscat, but a good start nonetheless. Further back it's Quinte with a brilliant start, it seems like. Already going around the outside. Can he make it stick? 2P3, he's around the outside of Hemming. Hemming breaks a bit late. There's a touch. There's a crash behind. Whoa, what happened there? And there's actually Quinte. He's already around the outside of Harvey. He's had a fantastic start from P5 to P2 provisionally. He's not ahead yet. Let's see what Quinte can do. Almost loses it in Curva Grande, but he's got the inside. Can he keep it? Oh, he breaks very late. Too late? Question mark. No, he doesn't. And Liam Buck has lost a lot of positions. He's in 8th. Quinte with a brilliant start.
I wasn't expecting him to be P2 straight away.
He got a great launch,
What
and
a
Lino as well. He won 2 positions.
Yeah.
Lino.
What? Yeah, and Buck's back in the pack in P8. This is a dream stop for the Pescara guys.
Harvey. Lino got the position on Harvey. The Pescara guys are absolutely flying. P4 and P2.
Yeah, their car's on fire straight away. Lap 1. They're not hanging about, are they? And Lino P4 just out dragged Harvey to the Scari. Yeah, and Harvey loses another position to Leonov.
Leonov, another guy from P9 to P5. Is the story of great balls. There's a bit of lag on Steven Lexo there. Harvey's avoiding him like the plague. He saw that.
Harvey has put like full tank of fuel, has he? Like, he's so slow on the straights.
He does seem to have a bit of an issue. He's getting passed by... Sorry?
I was going to check Harvey. He's losing a lot of... He's lifting off a lot on the straights, actually. I wonder if he's...
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know what's up with Harvey. If he's
Buck.
something.
Wait, Buck is P5. Wait. Hold up. What happened there? Boys.
Go from...
Oh, and a spin behind. That's Lexo around. And that's, a big crash. Volborn is also in the gravel, coming back onto the track. And that's, I think, Wopke Hoeks are going wide on Lesmo 1. Pedro Gomez also losing positions. No, he's not. He's winning positions. But that is Lexo dropping to P20. And what did Buck do? He went from P8 to P5 in the span of like 2 straights.
Because he literally passed 2 guys on the home straight. That's what happened.
Yeah.
He passed Harvey and Lexo into turn 1. And the crossfire bad luck. The Rowan guys have just collided into the Scari. No. Harvey's out.
Oh no. Oh, that is bad news. Jack Nicholls out, Scott Mitchell is out, and that is the whole of Rowan GP out, and that is unfortunate for them.
That's your race 2.
Yeah, it's so close.
Like,
just down it, no front wing either.
Oh no. What's happened in turn 1? Okay, Warburton's just gone off the track and just went backwards into Galka into turn 1.
Menno Klant and Tom Vos, no actually Lexo choosing the escape route.
What is wrong with Will's racecraft this race? Like,
yeah, it's not that great, is it, at the moment? I heard more crashing sounds, I'm not sure what that was.
I know it's got an issue with, I think you mentioned that, haven't you? Sorry.
Yeah, he went wide, or went not wide, but went straight in turn 1. So, okay, it seems to have calmed down a tiny bit for now. Actually, has it? Well, we're looking at Frelick battle for P. Wow, they're so close. They're almost touching. And as well, Whitehouse, I think he got passed by Matt Richards just then. Okay, so it's calmed down a bit. Quinte is in the arrest of Muscat. And Lino can prove to be a vital role now. He is ahead of Buck. And Buck is not in DRS range yet. He is actually. He got DRS now. So he's just barely in DRS range. But Lino can prove to be play such an important role here if he can make sure that Buck stays behind.
So Harvey, it wasn't a throttle issue. His force feedback failed on the opening lap.
Oh,
Not great, but
it is not. And Pedro Gomez actually overtaking Bob Koostra there. Gets the position then. You know, there's a button that you can assign to your whatever wheel or keyboard. Reset force feedback. I'm not sure if it would have helped him, but I've always got that in case. I'm always so afraid it fails. And yeah, there is at least a button to reset it. I'm not sure if it would have fixed it.
should we P1?
Yeah, very close. Seems like Muscat doesn't have the pace. And my prediction for a Harvey win is already out of the window. Your prediction for a Muscat win is still up to grab, but, well, it seems difficult looking at Quinte's pace here.
Yeah, for sure, yeah, and Quintai, he's getting a move on, isn't he? He had an absolute mega first lap, and he's put a couple of positions between, a couple of cars between him and Bok, and he wants to avenge race one where you think he should have, I thought he should have won it, but he probably wants to put that to right now.
It may have done him a big favor in the end if he wins this race and Buck can't get past Lino, for example. It would be very, very big because obviously he might not have been past Buck in lap 1 if he didn't get that final lap incident with the backmarkers. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise in the end, but obviously it's still very annoying. He has got a good chance to get a double top 2 anyway, which is big, big points.
Yeah, and right now, this because of what's happened with the Crossfire and the second Razor car, is helping Pescara and the constructors as well. We can't forget about that.
It is because especially Lexo is dropping back to P.
The 12th and 13th, yeah, the Crossfire guys, and
Recovered quite well.
Where's the Namco guys? Third and
First.
yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. Jason joined.
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah,
well, Hemming is catching up quite nicely to Quinte. I think he's already in DRS.
I thought Quintai would have this move done by now, but
No,
maybe
not
he's
yet.
waiting for the softs to go off, possibly.
Could very well be. Yeah. Well, he had the pace advantage with the last lap 27-1. Lost 3 tenths on Hemming. So yeah, Hemming now definitely has DRS. Quinte a bit further back. Lino and Buck could definitely go for a move here. Is Buck goes around the outside, doesn't brake late enough, or does Lino outbrake? Yes, Lino outbrakes himself, and he doesn't take the escape road.
He's meant to go around the bollards, Lino.
But he gets the position, so I don't think it's an issue. Yeah, well, you were kind of meant to go around the bollards indeed, but did lose the position. Pedro Gomez also went wide and did go around the bollards. Now under attack from Tom Vandervoort around the inside. And Tom Vandervoort gets that move done, but also Rob Koostra takes a sniff. Can he go for 2 in 1? No, he cannot. So that is Pedro Gomez losing 2 positions there.
It's getting close up there in the top 3. It's a 3-way fight for the P1, and I think if Muscat can back Quintai back into Hamming, that would do Namco a world of favours, and it'll keep Hamming's hopes of a championship alive. Especially he's losing ground last couple of races to Bok and Quintai.
He is, but he's still in it. He's definitely still in it, and he's the only one except for those two who are. Quinte, though, I think he will go for a move.
Hamming's consistency this season as well. He's just keeps consistently bagging in the points left and right. And Quintai, yep, here we go.
Around the outside. Does he make the corner? Yes, he does. Just barely. That's a good move.
How's he
Must get cut back though, but he will
One
get the
time he
slipstream.
doesn't lock up.
Yeah, maybe he's adapted his brake bias, but Muscat's got the slipstream. He's got the run. It will be very difficult to do this. Walborn is in the pits again. Walborn has had a disastrous weekend, and Quinte keeps this position for the lead. Now, I wonder, is Muscat gonna let Hemming by? I would put my money on yes. Oh, Hemming.
Warburn has parked it.
Walborn 0 point this event, and that is, well, just bad for Razor in the championship. They're fourth. Actually, they're third, are they?
Third, yes, yeah.
And they will likely be fourth, even though Buck's doing a fantastic job again. Walborn has got the pace. We know this of him. But just a bit of too much crashes. Not saying they're his fault, but you do sometimes make your own luck. And it's unfortunate. So, Frank Hemming and Muscat, is there going to be a swap? I don't think yet, because Muscat is quite close, and we might just see a move.
It's just like race 1 with Gomez. He wasn't getting dropped by Quintai, and I think the draft here is just keeping them within touch of each other. As Muscat goes for the move, is he going to go around the outside of turn 1?
Breaks late, but is it late enough? It seems to be so, given a lot of space. And now Hemming can't also try and go for the move, so that's a good move. Now Quinte's got to run into De La Roja. I learned that corner name, I'm so smart. There we go, let's see. Slipstream, can he take the inside? Oh, inside opens up actually.
Great move.
Oh, does he make the corner? He does. Muscat opened up that corner.
Bit Ricciardo-like, where he sort of dummied to go to the outside, and Muscat kind of left the car's width there, and Quintai counters on it.
It was a great move, but it was kind of weird seeing Jason open up that corner, because obviously you want to make it to the as far to the right as possible, so you don't compromise your turn. But still, it's he was looking to go to the outside, and he took it.
And all these three swapping positions has allowed a third driver to join the carriage.
Yeah. Leon Bach, he's back. So this is the train led by Quinte. Muscat seems to have the pace, or at least he's able to keep up.
Muscat into the Parabolica, ran a little bit wide on entry, and okay, I don't think he'll be able to make a move now, but let's see if he can put pressure Quintai into a mistake into the first chicane.
Yeah, ooh, Frank Hemming dives it down the inside of Muscat. That was not a team order move. What a move. Late braking. Gets it done. Further back, Whitehouse and Richards seem to be in a bit of a scrap. So do Van der Voort and Gomez. Ooh, they're crashing down.
Crash, yes. I'll have a look. Fuller. Let's move.
He's on the race thing.
You might want to get off there quickly before the leaders come around.
Yeah, they're very close.
Oh,
Is it? Oh, Fuller. Be careful. Quinte is coming around. No, he's fine. Would have been funny and sad if it was back marks again that cost Quinte, I believe. Yeah, also not the race of Mark Fuller. He's DNF'd, and pretty sure that's either a double DNF or at least no points for him. Anyway, Quinte pulling away. That rhymes. 8 tenths was the gap in Sector 2 split. So Liam Buck is also under threat. Well, not under threat. Sorry, Muscat's under threat from Liam Buck. Maybe we'll see a move here. Let's see how he gets through Parabolica this time. A bit better.
Just kept within DRS ranges, hammering off Quinte. That's crucial for him.
It is. Let's see what Buck can do. Obviously, no, I don't think it will be anything. DRS activated on Muscat's car will make it impossible.
Straight line speed, Buck, for sure. Oh, Hamming got great. Messed up on the braking. That's gonna have Buck through. No, not quite. They're gonna go. Guess it has.
So Liam Buck is profiting from the mistakes of others at the moment. First Lino, now Hemming. Can Hemming try and get the move back? I don't think he's gonna try. Ooh, Buck breaks himself, but keeps it on the road. Okay, Quinte is pulled away.
Yes. Yep, Alessandro Quinte is now pulled away there. that'll be music to his ears now. 1.7 second gap after the first sector. I think that's game.
Is it though? Buck has shown that he's got the pace, but he's not been able to get past. So, if Leon Buck gets past Muscat, which honestly I don't see not happening, and they finish in that order, they will literally have both gotten a 1-2. One in one race and a 2 in the other. Which means they won't have won or lost any points.
Still be a 14-point gap. Yeah.
It will be. So, this championship, surely, whatever happens, will go to the wire. Frank Hemming, don't count him out yet, though. He's losing points race by race. He needs to pick it up. He's already been confirmed for next year driving for H2O Nemco, who are actually going to be not rebranding, but renaming to HM Engineering. And Liam Buck can't go for the move quite yet. Yeah, interesting stories. We have Crossfire also confirming Colin Spork for their lineup next year. Early announcements this year, Sandeep. Who are you going to drive for? Tell us.
It's a surprise.
Oh, is it a surprise?
I'm having a little break.
Oh, no. That will be unfortunate. But a lot of people are already announcing their lineup. I'm not sure if it's just me, but it seems a bit early to me. I'm not sure if it's just me thinking that. Already in Monza.
Yeah, maybe some drivers some teams want to get the lineup sorted out, so they don't have to spend the off season chasing for drivers. You know.
No, it's smart. It's definitely smart. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just a bit
especially
surprised.
like Cosmo, for example, in Super League, where they were chasing for drivers heading towards I think it was the day of the first test. They were sort of trying to sign drivers, and so I think you rather get your lineup sorted out ASAP and then get together for the off season, get team chemistry going. So that's probably what's happened here. And yeah, Whoopi Hoshra is the other guy that signed up for Namco. And speaking of Namco, I wonder if Jason's feeling like he might get Buck past him.
Yes, I think he will, but it's still on the outside. Buck breaks very late, makes the corner. That's a drifting move, and that's a beautiful move done. Now he is Muscat got a great run actually. This story might not be over. He's got a great run, very low wings obviously. He's got a lot of top speed around the outside. It's possible, but is it feasible? That's the question. He goes for it. A touch.
Oh, they touch. Yep. Jason makes it rack around the outside, and it wasn't close enough to try and capitalize on Buck there, but yep, again, this is helping out a certain Italian man up front.
It is, yeah, and this should be game now. The fighting is costing too much, but this is great fun to watch. Jason Muscat not giving up. The racecraft obviously is just top class. He's got so much experience. He knows how to drive, he knows how to fight, and he knows how to battle, and he shows again.
Muscat showing he's still got it. Still got
Absolutely. He does, yeah. I don't think anyone doubted that, though.
Yeah, this would be great. I mean, if he wants to go in Supercup next season, it's just to show other teams that, yeah, I can still compete with the big boys, up-and-coming talent in the GPV with Leon Bock and Alessandro Quinte.
It does, but if he wants to see, I'm sure he'll get it. He's such a big name. Buck goes around the outside again. Thought of going down the inside, but thought better of it. Again, drifting. This time it's a problem. He's off. And this gives Lino the chance. It gives Leon the chance. Matt Richards? No, not quite. So the drifting move looks spectacular, but it wasn't this time. Loses a lot of positions, and there's only 6 laps to go.
Oh, that Italian music could be even louder now. Quintai, be loving that. He's gonna gain. What is the points gap between 1 and 6? Is it 10?
Oh, let me think. So P1 is 25, P2 20, 16, 13, 11, 10. So it's 10-5 or... wait, let me think. I'll come back at you.
Alright, so that's let the Namco guys in 2nd and 3rd place. Lino, as a result, has closed right up to the P4 and 5. And shout out to Leonov, he was starting at the back in race 1, he had a solid race. And he had a solid race 1, had a good position here. He's up to P5. Another one that's done well today is Matt Richards. He had I'm not sure what happened in race 1, but he's up to P7 in here in race 2. And well, so we got the Crossfire boys have slightly recovered, 10th and 12th place, but yeah, station quo this lap. I wonder how long before Frank asked Jason, can you let me by, please?
Well, in terms of the championship, it should be a no-brainer. Shame for.
Don't want it just yet, not yet, especially with Lino just very close behind, who might end up splitting them.
It's true, Leno is definitely on their tail, but honestly, if you work together as a team in Monza, you shouldn't be able to get past. It's just, unless you make a mistake, obviously, which admittedly is not that hard to do here. Just calculated the points gap. It's 15 points between P6 and P1. So
He's
if we finish like this,
okay, so he might. No. Okay,
he
right.
will. No, he will.
They
No, he
won't.
won't.
No,
Sorry.
because yeah, race 1. We forgot. Bok 1, race 1.
Yes. So the points gap will be
4-point gap.
yes, 4 points gap. Yes.
4 point.
And yeah, admittedly, Buck. Honestly, everyone did everything right. Just Buck getting a bit too eager.
Yeah, and you know I was praising Bok because he looked great on the brakes in race 1, and then he's had 2 moments where he's locked the rears up in race 2, and amazing. It just changes over. I mean, Quintai, remember he was locking up his brakes in race 1. He made a clean pass by Muscat, and then all of a sudden he looks like the pro.
It's all controlled.
It's
all
all-
controlled. But Buck looked really controlled as well. I mean, that drift, the one that actually worked. Oh, Buck just locked again. May have jinxed him.
Sorry.
No, but that move was brilliant around the outside of Muscat. But he
Yeah.
tried it again, and it just, but tiny bits too much, and then ended up spinning.
Fortunately, no one else got hurt in that collision, and we can carry on with the rest of the race. But yeah, that Bok will be kicking himself for that.
Race not over though. He's still catching up to the guys in front. 26.9 the last lap. That is not faster than Quinte, but it is faster than actually, it's on pace of everyone in front. So it's going to be hard for him to gain places unless he picks up the pace quite considerably here. Another guy who has had a disastrous. Talking about disastrous weekends, Galka is off in the same place where Koenig is. They've crashed together.
Hey,
Oh, they crashed in a really weird way. Oh wow, that is a very interesting crash. Can't see it, but basically, in Curva Grande, they touched. Then, because of that, Galka did a Liuzzi, hit Koenig again into De La Rocha, and that meant race end for both of them. Well, Koenig's still going, actually. He's still in the points. So not race end for him. He's got damage, but he's also got a massive gap behind 29 seconds. So I'm sure if he doesn't screw up, he'll be able to get that position.
yep, sorry, I missed a change of position there. Lexo just made it past Tom Vandervoort as a clean DRS move into first chicane.
Quite interesting. I mean, we only have 18 people still driving. A lot of DNS this race. 4 came in lap 1.
Yeah, I think it's the race 2 effect. I think like if you had a bad lap 1 wing damage and stuff, drivers tend to just feel like they're not going to get a chance of points and just head back and just come regroup for the next round. It was a very, very messy lap 1. I did see there was a massive incident heading into turn 1 at the back. I think it was I can't remember what the name was. It might have been Walburn. I don't know. Top of my head, if it was that, I'm sorry for saying that, but
Yeah.
it was. I did notice some wings off in the back, and I think it was David Yunt as well was involved.
He's still going strong and honestly might even have a shot at points. Oh, well, he just overshot the corner. As we were saying. He might have a shot at points if people in front of him DNF. He needs 2 more positions. Honestly, how the race will be going, not too unlikely, but yeah. People are kind of spread out, except for Whitehouse and Madriches, who are going at it into turn 1. Pedro Goma is also quite close. And Wopke is struggling. I think this race, Lexo has been the better pace of the Crossfire guys.
looks like maybe Wopko's just settled for 10th. He hasn't quite got the pace. He was also involved in an incident earlier, wasn't he? I wonder if he just got a bit of damage he's nursing.
Could very well be. Honestly, I've lost track of who's involved in what incident because so many incidents at the start there. I remember in the
It was a crazy first couple of laps, but yeah, it has calmed down now.
there's 13 guys within 17 seconds. Oh, Menno just barely saves it. Oh, I was just talking about Menno being in within 30 seconds. He almost did a Lewis Hamilton 2000 and was it
Nine.
9, yeah. The exact same thing, but he kept it, which clearly means Menno Klont has more talent. Great save, though. Yeah, I tell you, it would be an 8-time world championship. We wouldn't have lost 2016. Frank Hemming, yeah, last lap going into it. Frank Hemming seems to be lining up a move. There seems to be no team orders earlier. The dive bomb, well, it wasn't really a dive bomb, it was a clean move, but
Yeah,
here we go again.
it's like
Frank-
he's just gonna let him by into the first chicane. Clean.
It's not quite letting it by. Oh, I know. Hits
Oh.
the back. Hits the back of Muscat. That's up well. It was a small touch, but it was
Oh.
very close.
White House.
Oh, White House spun
Is that
around.
Richardson White House.
And Wopke has also gone straight. What's happened there? Wopke's just gone 2 positions by going straight. Menno Klont's gonna get the position on Richards. White House.
Richards locked up under braking, trying to make a late move past White House, and he's just tipped them both into a spin. That's cost them both dearly.
Oh, Vandervoort and White House. White House gets forced wide. Honestly, I don't know if he should give the position back because he was blatantly forced wide there. I'm sure there will be many happy faces after that. Menno Klont lurking in the background as well, trying to get the position back. Well, not back, but trying to get the position. Matt Richards trying to get the position back, though. Honestly, drama in the last lap again, but not at the front. We're heading towards a Quinte win. And Quinte will, if Buck doesn't get any more positions in the last lap like he did before, be only 4 points behind Buck in the championship. And Pescara will do a fantastic job in the constructors. There we go. Quinte wins race 2, gets the most points on this event. Frank Hemming with a good drive P2. Jason Muscat back where he belongs on the podium. The first podium for him this year, if I am right, because he got P4 in Hungary SLL. Buck is not happy if I see how he drives. Going straight past everyone, but Leonov, great drive 5th. Buck 6th. Gomez finished 7th after that brake failure. He's made a great comeback drive. Wopke Hoekstra P8 after some last lap drama. So get Steven Lexo P9, Whitehouse P10. And then the last point scoring positions are Vandervoort, Klont, Matt Richards, Simon Frelick, and Philip Koenig. Those were some very entertaining races. Well, I can't speak. Those were some very entertaining races, were they, Sandy?
Yeah, drama. That was.
Oh,
good. At some point.
Philip Koenig is literally doing acrobatic stuff right now. Watch that replay. That was really fun. He just floored it through turn 1 over the anti-cuts and just went full. I don't know, an athlete, one of them. All right, so we will have our interviews. Currently, we have one guy waiting for an interview, which is 2 guys. Let's first talk with Steven Lexo. Steven, you had a very good pace, it seems, but a bit of... I'm not too sure what happened. It happened so much, so excuse me for not keeping up. But what happened in race 2?
Basically, the 2 cars ahead were fighting in the second chicane, so I was quite slow behind them because I was right up the gearbox. And the car behind me was up my gearbox, and he hit me, and I was spun around in the second chicane. So yeah, got hit by the side as well. So the car wasn't feeling that nice. Also in race 2, my brake pedal decided to have spikes at 50% on the straights. So race 2 wasn't that enjoyable, but race 1, yeah, it has been a lot of fun fighting with Frank Hemming. So very fair driving, very nice fighting. Maybe a touch too aggressive from me in the final corner where I accidentally left just the car's width. But apart from that, yeah, race 1 has been really good. Race 2 has been a nightmare.
All right, I see. Well, you still got a double top 10, so really good job. And A very good result in race 1. So congratulations. One more question. Will you do the next race? Because I think you're allowed to do one more race. Do you know if you're going to drive yet?
Not 100% sure. Singapore is one of my favorite tracks, but I don't really enjoy the Supercup cars this year with the tires. So I'd say let's say I will drive the 85%.
Okay. Well, it would be good to see you back there. We have your team boss forcing his way into the interview room. David, how you feel?
Oh,
Yeah.
is there such a thing? I knocked on the door politely. How
How
are
you
we?
feel? It seems like, I don't know if I'm wrong in that, but it seemed like Wopke didn't have the pace as much. Steven did have the pace, had some unfortunate luck. How are you looking at this result? I think you lost quite a bit of points towards, for example, Nemeko and Pescara. How are you feeling?
We can't complain. They both did great jobs. So, and the reverse grid was fortunate for them, like it has been for us this year as well, particularly Namiko. But Dave was in a position where they could take great points in the start from race 1. So I think we got 4 results in the top 10. I can't complain. And for a team of the size of ours, you got Namiko, Pescara, Razor, they're all good teams. I mean, they've all got class drivers. We're working on a shoestring compared to them. So for a little team, we're doing a remarkable job. And Stephen, bear in mind, of course, Stephen and Wopke got other commitments in Formula Challenge, so they can't practice as much. So, yeah, we're doing a fabulous job. I've got no complaints regarding what they're doing. They're steadying the ship, and they've been a pleasure to work with. So, 4 top 10 results today, no complaints.
They've also been a pleasure to watch. Coming back onto the driver, Steven can't race. He can only do one more race, so you have to find someone new or old, depends on who you take. Have you had any talks or thoughts about who you might put into that car?
Yeah, names in my head, but as you know, Liam, you can have all the ideas in the world, but you've got to say someone who says yes, I'll do it, who's right for the team. A few names in mind. We've got obviously, got 5 rounds to go. Probably we need 2 emergencies basically, maybe even 3. So it's not been easy because of other commitments, but there's a few names that will been back to GPV, shall we say, and yeah. Hopefully we'll see some exciting names come back even. Maybe former champ,
Rudy.
who knows?
Rudy.
Well, Rudy wow. If you're paying, then I'll have him in, no problem.
Well, maybe you should talk to your friends at H2O Namco, who will be HM Engineering. They might pay for it.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
Well, throwing them some shade behind their back.
That's fine. No worries. No worries at all, mate. It's all good fun, isn't it? All good banter.
Well, thank you all for the interview. Congratulations.
No worries.
Good results.
Thank you very much.
We'll
see
see
you for the collection, so all good.
See you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks, mate. Take care. Thanks for the broadcast.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, moving on to the guys what we just talked about. H2O Namco, Jason Muscat. First of all, Jason, welcome back. How are you feeling? Back in Supercup.
Thank you. Feeling great. I mean, very happy to be back fighting with the top 10. Yeah. They were very 2 difficult races, but yeah, I think in the end it's a very good result for the team, and then that's most important.
So, how is this car to drive compared to the Lights car? What are the differences?
For me, the handling of the car is completely different. This car I can just jump into it any day, and it feels great. The Super League Lights car, sometimes I feel good, and then just I cannot be consistent with it. Just every now and then I feel the car is not losing grip just with nothing. I don't know how to explain it. It's just a very funny feeling I get in the Super League Lights car.
Well, it's good to hear that you enjoy the Super Cup car more. It's really good to see you back in the series. Tom, how are you feeling about Jason back in the car? It must be a great feeling having a champion of last year in your car, doing a great job as well.
Yeah, Jason did a really great job today, and I'm very happy with him in my team. So let's hope we can stay second in the championship now. So yeah, that's our main goal at the moment, I guess.
Talking about that, I think you outscored Razor today, so I'm not 100% sure. I think you will because Woburn scored 0 points. Are you satisfied with how today went? Also, Frank obviously got 2 good results, especially race 2. Are you satisfied?
Yeah, I'm very satisfied with him, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the next 5 or 6 rounds, or 5, I
I
think.
think 5, yes. All right. Thank you guys for the interview. Very good results. And it's coming down to the wire. I'm very excited to see who will win this Constructors' Championship.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you guys. Congratulations. Moving on. Next driver, Matt Richards. Matt, you've had a bit of a rough year. But this race was really good, at least how it looked like. It looked really good. You made some very solid moves. Space was good. Walk us through that.
Yeah, I mean, I knew I had to stick the softs on to counter the fact that I couldn't run less wings. I was just a little. I tried lower wings and I was just a little bit less comfortable on them, and I just didn't feel like I'd be safe in the race running those. So I just thought, screw it, stick the softs on and just see what I can do and see how far I can make it. Unfortunately, that start of the last lap went a bit awry, but yeah, it wasn't going too badly up until then.
One thing we did miss on the broadcast, we noticed you dropped places in race 2 suddenly from like P10 to P14 or something, but we missed what happened. So
coming into turn 1, George had got past me on the DRS. I think we were battling for P7, and coming into turn 1, I was struggling with the brakes the whole race, to be honest, and I just couldn't get the car stopped.
Okay, well that's unfortunate.
And just locked up and went into George. So I've already apologised there, and he seems okay with it. Mistakes happen, unfortunately, but yeah, decent results given the season that I've had since round 1.
Yeah, it's good to see you back up there. Hopefully, you'll continue the streak on Singapore and the rest.
We'll see. We'll see.
All right, congratulations, man. Good to see you back up there. All right, we've got a lot of interviews again, have we, Sandeep? How many do we have to go? We have 2 to go. Okay.
Ich bin noch fan.
Josh Downards, probably the next guy. Assuming he would want an interview. So do we interrupt you talking there, Josh?
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't expecting an interview at all, to be honest.
Oh, well, do you want one? Or
I'll play for one, why not?
So you made a comeback into Supercup. You seem to struggle a bit. Talk us through that race. What happened?
Yeah, so I mean, it was basically just Tom needed a driver for tonight, and I wasn't doing anything, so I thought I'd try it out. I haven't really. I did a full season in Supercup in 2018, but I haven't really driven it since. So I thought I'd try it out, but yeah, I couldn't get used to the car at all. The brakes were my main issue, and I was just having issues with locking up and things like that. So it didn't go exactly as planned. And then unfortunately, in race 2, when I was actually doing okay, my computer seemed to have issues, and I was having a few screen freezes. So I thought I should retire to not crash into anyone. So yeah, it was a bit annoying, but you know, still had a bit of fun.
That's the most important thing. All right, cool. I'll let you back at talking to your friends. Sorry for interrupting you. And hopefully we'll see you back on track soon enough.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Thanks.
All right. Final interview. No, actually, someone else joined. Pedro Gomez as well. We should make a rule only top 3, Sandeep. Anyway, let's speed through this.
I thought that was the unofficial rule, but
Oh, was it?
Let's be generous.
We'll be generous. All right, Ivan Leonov. Welcome. Very good job. You had a bit of issues in qualifying. You didn't qualify very high up. I'm not sure if you had a grid penalty or whatever, but your race pace was really good. You made the alternate strategy work. First of all, what happened in qualifying? Why were you so far down?
Hey, I didn't pace enough. like every single time, but now I will have time to do it for next races, and I promise to be fast in qualifying. It's normally like 2 hours testing only, and I did some mistakes in sector 2, which cost my good position in qualifying.
All right.
Mm,
So basically, Avazar is over. Now you're all gonna go into GPV, so we can expect some race wins then next week. Well, not next week, next races. Huh?
yeah, I hope I will drive in next races. Maybe we'll try in Super League Whites again. Why not? If I have chance to do it.
All right. Will be good to see you back there. So today, I think you got a double top 8 or a double top 10 at least. Are you happy with the result, especially seeing how far you got back and how little practice you had?
Yeah, I'm really happy with my result because I was surprised by my good race pace. I was constant in race. I did set up like 1 hour before race. I did changes to improve, and I improved like 1.2 seconds, like 2 hours. Only for 2 hours, I improved a lot, and I was feeling good with medium tires. Because of it, I was driving with medium tires in race 2. I wasn't sure about tire wear with soft tires. I was really fast first race in the end with soft tires, but not sure about wear. Yeah.
All right. Well, really good job. Really nice comeback drive, and congratulations.
Thank you. I hope I will do better results next races.
That would be really good. Yeah. Good luck anyway, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you. We will see in Singapore.
Yes. All right. Final interview. Pedro Gomez, welcome. First of all, I want to start on a low note. Race 1, you were really, really fast qualifying as well, until you had that incident and eventually your brake failure. So talk us through that incident. I think it looked a bit like lag that caught you out.
With Kintai.
Yes.
Yeah, so it seemed like he had brake tested me, but then I went back and saw on the replay and he lagged. So I braked fine on my braking normal braking mark, but then it was like he had brake tested me, but I saw it was laggy. The car jumped like 3 times back, seemed something like that. So my instinct just pressed harder on the pedals and spun. Then afterwards I had a brake failure, and so unlucky weekend for me.
It was, yeah, but still, you did a decent comeback drive in race 2. So talk us through that. There were a lot of incidents. I think you got out of most, if not all of them.
Yeah, I managed to avoid about 4 incidents involving multiple cars. The start was good, then I had like a pileup of about 4 cars before the first chicane. I managed to avoid that, kept going. Then there were some more incidents. Then I was passing Vandervoort and Craig. I was passing them down the middle, and Craig started squeezing me into the braking point. So when I hit the brakes, Vandervoort just tapped my left rear, and I hit the wall. So I had to carry damage throughout the second race, but still 7th place from 23rd was a really good result. Yeah.
It was, and you've been showing a lot of improvement in the last few races. So keep this up, and
Thank you.
you'll
Ed.
be.
Just want to give a shout out for Jason because he started getting more involved in SC, and his setups are really something else. So what made me really just give this extra jump has been Jason's setups. This guy is a wizard on that.
Wow, that's great to hear. And now he's driving as well. You're competing against him.
Yeah.
So that's great. Well, congratulations either way for a good race 2 comeback. And we hope to see you strong in Singapore in 2 weeks.
Thanks, and thanks for the great job you guys have been doing with the broadcast. It's been like a really, really good job.
Thank you so much, man. That means a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
All right. All right, those were all the interviews. Sandeep, you have a final word?
Well, Well, I mean, it's a great couple of races. Oh, I like the championships hotting up just like the weather right now, and I'm
Yeah,
looking forward
it's
to
hot.
Singapore.
I am also. I mean, such a fun track. And Singapore will be in 2 weeks, so stay tuned for that. Tomorrow, we will have Super League lights, same time, same track. And the day after that, we have the Super League Premier class of GPVWC, so make sure to watch that as well. This is it from us. Thank you, Sandeep. Thank you, Rob Mason, for the cameras. Fantastic job as usual. And hopefully, we'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.
To keep up to date with the latest GPVWC videos, click on the subscribe button, or check out more of our exciting sim racing action by choosing a video. For more information on the league, visit gpvwc.com.